Bitcoin and Litecoin, will we see another leg up today? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Sunday, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. And I want to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. I hope you're having a great day. We're going to take a look at the charts, starting out with Litecoin as usual, moving on to Bitcoin, and then at the end of the video, stick around if you haven't seen it, the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart, and why I believe Bitcoin can hit 46,000 by the end of the year. I'm going to switch it up a little instead of wasting everybody's time and going through each target all the way through the beginning. I'm going to kind of go into the more recent price action a little bit quicker now. Still going to kind of look at all targets, but I have been hearing people say, you know, they don't like the repeated beginnings like that. But the only reason I was doing that is for new people that haven't viewed the channel, to get them caught up. So I'll try to lay back on that a little bit to speed the videos up. I do want to remind you guys, we have a 100% absolutely free Discord channel. Definitely check it out, guys. Great community, awesome people in there. People from all skill levels all over the country, just help each other out, discuss many things, and sometimes just have a good time in there. Definitely check it out. There's a link to that below the video in the description box. There's also some other affiliate links in there. Definitely check them out if you guys haven't already. Helps the channel out tremendously. And I do want to give a shout out to everybody that's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing the videos. I really appreciate it, guys. You've helped this channel grow tremendously. Enough of that. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. And then if you tick that little notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post videos, as I do post every day and not always at the same time. So that'll notify you when I do get them out there. Also, I'm going to start doing more live streams, so you'll be notified when those come up. And definitely smash those likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think of the video. And if you think of any ways I can improve the video, I do this for you guys, so whatever you guys want, that's what I'm trying to integrate into the videos. So definitely let me know your opinions and suggestions in the comments down below. Let me know if you have any, and I will definitely take them into consideration, and we'll discuss with the community what we want to do with the channel. So, all right, well, let's get on with it. Looking at Litecoin on the daily, we'll discuss these targets once we go into the 4-hour. I do see us most likely coming up to this 155, 156 area today, maybe a little bit higher. We've been looking at this rising broadening wedge, or ascending broadening wedge here, with this being the resistance and this being the support from the long-term trend line down here. And if that was to break, guys, if we're to break out above that 155 or so area, we're looking at the 180 and then the 263 area. That the 263, or I'd say 250 to 260, is just a measured move off of this wedge here. And this 180 would probably go up to touch this trend line, which I got off of a bunch of peaks down here. I've discussed that in earlier videos. Let's look at let's do a little analysis on the RSI here. Like I said, we definitely have room for another move up here. We've been in this rising channel. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can see what's going on. We've been in this rising channel for quite some time. This top line being our resistance, bottom line being our support. We had a small breakthrough back in April where we kind of like a bull trap in the RSI, just came down out of the channel, popped right back in. Now it seems like we're making a descending channel down. We could possibly come back down and test this for support, but I do believe we have another leg up first. Like I said, I believe we're going towards that 155, 156 area. And the way Bitcoin and Litecoin have been acting, it wouldn't surprise me if we went higher. But I do expect some sort of correction in this area, and I don't expect no huge correction, no huge scary stuff that people talk about. Let's go into the 4-hour RSI and kind of get a better, closer look at what might be going on. All right, so as you guys know, especially ones that have been watching my channel, we had been watching this falling channel here with the resistance line up top, support on the bottom, and we had a wedge in here we popped up out of, came into a falling channel, popped out of that into another falling channel, popped out of that. And these falling channels, guys, were just resets of the RSI. They really weren't huge moves down. They were just getting ready for the next pump up. Let's look at where we're at now. So right now, you can see I have the channel here. I'm going to change the color of this line because just so we can see the difference. Hold on, let me get it. Let's do that blue line. All right, so the white channel, you can see I have this as a falling channel. We could come back all the way back down here, which would, in the price, that would bring us probably down into the 131 range. If we did go all the way down, but we might just get a turn up here and pop back on and come and test the top of this channel, which would be our leg up. Either way, I believe we're going to get our leg up here. Even if we come down, like I said, this could be to that 131 range on the price action and then come back up. We could get a higher and get that 155 here, and that just be bearish divergence once we come into the charts. That's another thing I wanted to look at real quick. Let's go over the daily and see if we see any divergence here, and we do. We'll check in the 4-hour too, but what we have is hidden bearish divergence, or hidden bullish divergence, I'm sorry. And the way you can see that is if you look here, we're getting higher lows, and if we go into our RSI, we are actually getting lower lows. As you can see, that's, we got a lower low here in the RSI and a higher low here, which is hidden bullish divergence, guys. So keep an eye on for that, and it could take a while for that to play out. But let's look, is there any in the 4-hour? Same thing in the 4-hour, guys. Well, not nearly as much, but I know there's some in the 1-hour. But yeah, let's go into, are we done with that now? Yeah. Let's go into the sorry, a little wishy-washy here. Let's go into the 4-hour price action. If you were watching live last night, we watched this come down and test the top of this bull flag, which we came back down, tested it again. The measured move off that, guys, if we measured this whole line here as the flag pull, measured move off that's that 168 target, which is still definitely possible. But this 155 target, if we just measure this as the bull flag here. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go down to where it broke out, actually. And we broke out right here. And that would get us up towards that 155 range. So I am looking at the 155, 156 target for today. Yeah, I am looking for that today. If not, like I said, if we break down through this, we may be coming down to test this 55 EMA, which would be around the 127, and it would also line up with this rising trend line here. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Actually, I'm going to move that trend line. I don't know why it's not in the right spot. So let's put it in the right spot. There we go. So yeah, we could be coming back down to, like I said, the 131 range, which would be the testing this for support here. Worst case scenario, guys, is coming back down to test this at around the 121 range. It is possible, but I think the top of this bull flag is going to hold, and we're going to be going up to the 155 area. Let's take a look at the 1 hour real quick and see what this looks like in the RSI. All right, so in the RSI, we are making, well, there's some divergence there. We look here, we're making lower lows, And then if we look up here, we're pretty much straight across, which could end up being obviously our push up. Like I said, I'm definitely looking for this push up here, guys. In the worst case scenario, we may come down to test one of these trend lines, but I do believe that we are looking towards a correction after hitting maybe the top of this over here. But I don't see a correction being all that bad, guys. I'd say the worst case scenario, I'm gonna move this up here now. Let's see, we're in a 4 hour, so worst case scenario, we may see around that $100 range. But again, if we look at this top yellow line as resistance, this blue line as support, and this whole thing as a channel right here, if we broke out of that, we would get a measured move of that 217 range, which is possible, but I believe that would come way over here for this trend line. Kind of wishy-washy moving around, but I'm just kind of looking at the charts. I really didn't look at them before doing the video. But yeah, we also have this rising wedge in here, this blue one. And to get up here to the 180, that would obviously be testing the top of this wedge, which is possible if we break this 155 area. We have to really watch this area close because we may get a correction after that. And the correction may only come down to this trend line here, which is about the 131 range. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on in that range. So keep your eyes open for that, guys. We're going to go into Bitcoin real quick. And looking at Bitcoin on the daily, we're just going to look at these higher targets and why I have them there. We've been inside this rising channel, and I know some people had it as a wedge here with the breakdown. Obviously, we can get rid of that wedge line now because that is invalidated. And if we look at the volume right here, I'm going to show you guys real quick. And just to be open with you guys, I've been in a long, if you're in my Discord, you know, I've been in a long since 7,600, and I'm going to be closing my longs today around 9,600. And that's not to say that we're not going to go higher, guys. I'm just going to close them there. I'm in nice profit from the 7,600. I just want to reevaluate once we get there and see what's going to happen. But just full disclosure what I'm doing here. So, and for those that don't know, I hold all my Litecoin and my Bitcoin, and I just leverage trade for profits, and I take my profits just to buy more. I'm just accumulating. So that's my strategy. It doesn't have to be yours. Everybody's different. That's why I don't tell people how to trade, when to buy, when to sell, because everybody's different. Everybody's situation's different. So yeah, that's another reason I don't believe in buying the courses and crap. You're just learning somebody's technique that probably doesn't even work. That's why they're selling the courses, because they can't make any money trading. Just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I definitely think it's a ripoff, because when you pay for them groups, all you get is the same basic skills and knowledge you can get for free anywhere on the internet. And then the way to learn how to trade is learn the basic skills, which are free to learn. Don't pay these guys. And then once you learn them skills, practice. That's the only way to learn. You know, even if you just start up a fake account and start trading, you know, a fake account. But people cannot give, I can't give you, and nobody that you pay can give you years of experience. All they can do is teach you the basics. Experience comes from doing it. It's just like if you was like to go out and you needed to fix your car and you read a book on it and you were able to do it, but it took a lot longer than it would take somebody else. You know, that would be the same as trading. You'd lose some money while you're learning. The more you did it, the better you would get at it. Hands-on, guys. Paying for these paid crap is BS. Everything they teach you in them videos is free all over the internet. Stop getting ripped off. Sorry, I'm done with my rant there. But what I wanted to show you is if we look at this RSI here, or I'm sorry, the volume here, it's been decreasing this whole time since we've been inside this rising wedge. I do believe we're most likely going to break up out of it, but we could break down. And that's, as you can see here, that's why I didn't really look at this as a rising wedge like everybody was looking at, because when we did break down, the volume wasn't crazy volume. It wasn't breakout volume. It was still declining in the daily here. When we break either this top trend line or this bottom trend line, I think we're going to see an explosion in the volume, and you'll know when it happens. My opinion is going to go up. Could it go down? Yes, it very well could go down. And the measured move off of that, if it went down, say it went down over here somewhere, we could be going back down to test that 6,600. And again, that is my very worst case scenario. If you're expecting a Bitcoin under that, I think you're ass out of luck. I don't think it's going to happen. And honestly, the longer we stay up here, and if we break up out of here, this isn't going to happen. So just so you know. But let's say we broke out up at the top, then my targets for that is the 11,900 area. And if we do a measured move off of this, measuring this as a bull flag from where it broke out right here, or measuring this as a flagpole, and this whole thing being a big bull flag, and we broke out, that gets us up to about the 12,400 range, guys. And that's where my two targets, if we break up above this rising channel, these are my targets after that. And I believe if we do get up here, we'll probably come back down to test this, and that'll be our correction. And you know, this may become our new trend line. Just like, let's go into the 4-hour. Well, tell you what, let's look at our RSI first real quick and kind of evaluate what's going on. All right, so in the RSI, we have this rising channel that we broke out of right here, and as you can see, it formed a falling channel, and we're breaking out of the tip of that now. So I believe we're probably going to come up to either test this channel, the bottom of this channel for support, or this bottom for support, and that's going to be our move up. But I do believe we'll probably correct back down there. If not, you know, yeah, we could, you know, it could blow right through. Like I said, the 9,600 is my target for closing my long positions, but we could shoot up past that. I will reevaluate after that. I just want to take my profits and get out of that trade and reevaluate for my next one. So yeah, if we look at that, we do have room to move up here. And if you guys see, we're having, this is bearish divergence with higher highs up here and lower lows down here, or lower highs down here. But in the big picture, we do have, if you look here, we're having lower lows, higher lows. Over here, lower lows, or higher lows, lower lows. This is, let me draw a line in there. You look, we're getting lower lows there, and then we're getting higher lows there. That's hidden bullish divergence also in there. So I really am steering more towards popping up out of the top of this channel, but we may get up here and then come back down and test the bottom of this channel one more time around the, you know, $8,400 range. Definitely possible within the next week or so. So that's why I'm closing my position here. If we do break out above this, I will re-enter my trade. Otherwise, I'm going to wait to re-enter at the bottom of this channel if it holds. So let's go into the 4-hour RSI now real quick. And if we look at the 4-hour RSI, you can see I had the rising channel in here, had a rising wedge in here that we popped down out of here, came into a falling channel, popped out of the falling channel, created a rising channel. Could we come down and test this again? Yeah, and in the price action, that would bring us back down to maybe the 8,800 range where we got the wick earlier, and then one more push up to get us that next high, I believe. So that 9,600 range, that's what I believe is going to happen. But you know, I could be wrong, and we could be correcting from here. It's definitely possible, but I think everybody is expecting a correction so much that the more and more people expect a correction, the less and less likely it is to happen. So this is what we were watching yesterday. We watched the breakout. We blew through my target of 9,000. I'm still going to leave this line here. You can see where I had that at 9,088, and then look at where we're getting support now. Yeah, we got a wick through it, but we came back up, and it's making this, you know, our support. Now, I do have this target of 99, right around the 99.50, and this is definitely possible, guys. That's the top of this channel here, and that is definitely an area to watch. But if we do get up here, I believe, you know, it's possible we blow right through and go up to the higher targets. But I honestly think we're going to get some resistance here before pushing on up, if we do push on up, or we're going to get this correction back down to test the bottom of this trend line, or possibly the top of this breakout line here. So, you know, we might be coming back down for a few days to test right over here at the $8,600 range, or come down quick, which I don't think will come down quick. But if we were to, you know, we're looking at the 8,100 range to 8,400 range. If this was to break, obviously, like I said, 64 or 66.40, somewhere in that area would be the absolute lowest I see us going. Or we just test the top of this trend line from the rising broadening wedge. So if you guys are following along, you know what these lines are. If not, go back in my previous videos. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. Let's look at the 1 hour RSI just for shits and giggles, see what's going on with that. So on the 1 hour RSI, I had this, let's see, let's get over here. This top line as resistance, and I cloned this line, put it down here for support. But if you look here, looks like we've had a rising wedge that we broke down out of here, and could come back down, test this channel, and then come back up for to test this for resistance. But if we do that, you know, that would go along with, let's see, coming back down here maybe to the 87.50 range, test the 55 EMA, and then, you know, bounce up from there. But either way, my target's 9,600 here, guys. And like I said, we could go higher, we could get up to that 99, but I see us having resistance here. You know, it's possible to create a bull flag here and then continue up. I don't like looking at the smaller time frames. But yeah, it's possible we come up in here and then form a bull flag, something like this, and coming up to test that 10,000 range, and then maybe correcting back down here. Or, you know, we could just blow right through. So definitely an area to watch is around that $10,000 range, guys. Keep a close eye on that if we do make it up there. That is what I'm looking at for that today. Now let's look at the gold, or the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly. This is my target for 46,000 by the end of the year. It's actually around between 46 and 47,000. I believe I'm being modest on that. If we look at the similarities here, take a good look at this. I drew trend lines from each peak all the way to where it broke through, or whoops, sorry about that. All the way where it broke down from 6,000. Each one of these lines became a resistance line, broke through, and becoming support. And look at the area we're at now. I want you to I'm going to widen this line a little bit. I want you to take a real good look at this area right here. As you can see, I have this trend line. I have this blue trend line here, and I believe that is our worst case scenario for a correction, coming down and hitting that. And we'll zoom in here in a second, but take a real good look at this area here. Bitcoin, after the all-time high, came down, broke down from the 6,000. We tested this long-term resistance or long-term support line twice before moving up, and then we broke through this trend line coming off the lows here. And like I said, I don't see this trend line breaking, and I honestly don't even think I think there's a high probability we won't even revisit it. Now let's look at gold. Bam, you can see what happened in gold. Same thing, 2 touches on this bottom trend line. And this is the trend line from all the bottoms here, the blue one, just like in Bitcoin. Once we blew through that, we did come back down and come under it here. But like I said, take a look at that right there. And now we're going to circle this right here, because this is about where I believe we're at, if I'm correct. if I'm correct about, you know, this playing out like this. Now, it's not going to be 100% exact, guys, but it is a beautiful pattern that is playing out the same way. Obviously, this is over 20 some years, and Bitcoin's over, you know, a period of 2 years. But Bitcoin is a lot smaller market, easier to move. Also, you know, back when all this happened, we didn't have the internet and all that stuff. So social media, whatnot. But anyways, right in here, the gold ETF was approved right at 2003. And this thing, obviously, you see what happened after the ETF. I know people say the ETF might, you know, won't help Bitcoin or whatever. I don't agree with that. You can do your own, you know, due diligence and your own research and come up with your own conclusion, but I believe it'll help. But anyway, keep an eye on this circled area and then look at where we're at now. I believe that is where we're at, and we are about to have, you know, just a huge move. We may get some sideways correction again or something, but I don't see this huge correction that everybody's fearing. I just don't see it. We may get it back way up in this, you know, once we get up here past the all-time high or right before the all-time high, might get a nice correction. But guys, this thing is parabolic, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. And if you're trying to play, you know, the day trade and all that stuff without experience, guys, good luck. I would not be doing that in this market, and I definitely wouldn't be shorting Bitcoin in this market. There's no way in hell you'll catch me shorting Bitcoin. I'll be catching long trades here and there, but this, you know, the bears are going to get absolutely annihilated in this market if they don't come to see what's going on. But anyways, let's go into the RSI real quick, and I'll just show you guys I haven't seen. I really like these. We started looking at them. I drew these in January, which was back right in here where we were coming up for our second touch. But this is the 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. I drew this trend line in. We had 2 touches of resistance before breaking through and beginning the bull market. This is the 2017 bull market followed by the 18 bear market. 2 touches of resistance before breaking through, starting the bull market. Let's go. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's go into the monthly real quick and show you this one. As you can see, I have the 2 arcs drawn here. This is the 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a new low in the RSI. We had 4 of them before continuing up. It's 2018 bull market followed by, or 2017 bull market. Sorry guys. Followed by the 18 bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a new low in RSI. We had 4 of them, just like back here. And the only difference, guys, I believe, and I show this every time, is that this arc is going to be a lot quicker and a lot harder. So, I don't know. If you like the videos, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Tick the notification bell if you want to get notified when I post videos. Smash the likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any ideas for improvements on the videos also. Again, I appreciate all you guys. I do this for you, so I'd like to get your input. And other than that, I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, and I'm out. See ya.